Good morning. My name is Mr. Schelhaas, and I am the proud head of Germantown Academy. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to Flag Raising 2020, the official opening of our school's 261st year. How I wish we could be together in person to celebrate this important annual tradition, but we will embody our school's motto. By persevering, we shall see the fruits. Through COVID-19 and other hurdles before us, GA will always do our best to hold our heads high and to do the very best we can. Today's flag raising ceremony is the continuation of a Germantown Academy tradition that does three things. First, it grounds us in the beauty of Connor Quad, the very heart of our campus. Second, it reminds us of how fortunate we are to have three divisions on the same campus and the value each student, faculty member, and staff member adds to our community. And third, flag raising provides us with an opportunity to welcome our new friends and colleagues, those students, faculty, and staff who are just beginning their adventure at Germantown Academy. Today's ceremony retells our school's rich history and reminds us of the hopes, dreams, and high expectations of the thousands of students, teachers, and staff members who have stood on this quad before us and have gone on to become successful scholars, seekers, and leaders. Their legacy reassures us that the path forward is well trodden and leads us toward and through the challenges and opportunities of this school year, the memories of which will stay with us for so many years to come. Ms. Ruth Carver, Upper School Math Chair, celebrating her 25th year at GA, and Dr. Michael Torrey, the Upper School Dean of Students, will begin our readings.
Behind you, the belfry is a visual reminder of the original campus, which stood and still remains today on Schoolhouse Lane in Germantown. It was this belfry which first welcomed the first students to class, students whose native language was English or German, and thus were instructed by either the highly traditional English headmaster, James Dove, or the highly progressive German headmaster, Hilarius Becker. Their differing philosophies clashed in those earlier years and created a dynamic tension between traditionalism and progressivism that continues to define and energize our culture to this day.
Around and beneath our original belfry, as distinguished by the scars of British and American musket balls, the Battle of Germantown raged, a key event in the American Revolution and the birth of our nation. It was also this belfry which houses the bell delivered on the good ship Polly in 1784. This bell will now toll 14 times, once for every grade, to announce to our community the official start of this school year.
Fifth grade students Nicholas Liu, Imani Lindsay, Sean Hagelin, and Maya Patwarden will tell us about our school's unique place in American colonial history. Their classmate, fifth grade student Tess Grimm, will raise our special flag, while the fifth grade class, under the direction of Mrs. Bohr, will lead us in the national anthem.
While the belfry served as a target for British troops, the school itself served the British Army as a hospital for wounded and sick soldiers.
Several years later, during the early years of the American Republic, The school grounds again served as a refuge, offering a meeting place for President Washington's cabinet while the disease, yellow fever, gripped central Philadelphia.
At about this time, the school began flying the red, white, and blue flag of our new nation, which held 13 stars and 13 stripes.
In recognition of our role in the founding of our nation, Germantown Academy is permitted to fly a replica of the first national flag of the United States of America.
Middle school students Josiah Manning and Shane Chernosky and Chief Operating Officer Mr. Tom Taft, class of 1760, will tell us how our red, white, and blue flag and school colors changed to red, black, and blue, and how the school's most influential headmasters changed the school's culture. Fifth grader Anu Park will raise the GA flag while we hear the Battle Hymn of the Republic, one of Lincoln's favorites.
As our young nation grew, our school struggled to attract students. By the time the school changed its colors in the 1870s to red, black, and blue, the black replacing the white in tribute to President Abraham Lincoln, Germantown Academy's enrollment dwindled to only 11 boys.
But vigorous leadership under headmasters Kershaw and Osborne revitalized the school. Enrollment grew, new buildings were added, and the curriculum changed to emphasize excellence in character and high academic achievement. Germantown Academy had evolved into a stellar college preparatory school.
Germantown Academy thus moved, at the start of the 20th century, to the cutting edge of American education, offering students at the time unheard of opportunities on the athletic field, in publications, and on the stage by establishing the Boys Interacademic Athletic League, the oldest schoolboy league in the country, the Belfry Club, the oldest high school drama club in the country, and the prototypes for the school newspaper, yearbook, and literary magazine that we still enjoy today.
Our school's move from Germantown to Fort Washington over 50 years ago provided the backdrop for three dramatic changes: GA's setting, the move from all boys to coeducation, and an embracing of our identity as America's oldest non-sectarian day school, welcoming students and teachers of all backgrounds. Thanks to the generosity of dedicated patriots, many of whose names are honored in the buildings and hallways of our school, we were able to build from scratch all across our now 126-acre campus. Lower School Math Specialist, Ms. Sue McHugh. Upper School History Chair, Mr. Robert Moyer, class of 1760. Lower School Science Teacher, Mr. Troy Holliday, class of 2001. And Upper School English Teacher, Ms. Robin Graffam, class of 1986, who is also celebrating her 25th year at GA, will share this part of our school's exciting story.
By the middle of the 20th century, Germantown Academy found itself in a dire situation with dwindling enrollment and a limited campus. Change arrived when clear thinking and quick action on the part of the headmaster then, Donald Miller, and board president, Donald Beard. They enabled the school to seize an opportunity to move from Germantown to here at Fort Washington.
Moving a 200-year-old school was a risk, but the Board of Trustees, inspired and emboldened by our forefathers, met on December 6, 1958 at the Green Tree Inn in Germantown, in the same room in which the original founders had met 199 years earlier to create the school, and made their own historic decision to change the location and open the doors to GA in a new way.
The lower school was the pioneer, moving to the campus in 1960. The middle and upper schools began to arrive on the banks of the Wissahickon a year later.
And finally, after several false starts in the 19th century to enroll girls, including one by famous educator Bronson Alcott, father of Louisa May Alcott, author of the novel Little Women, Germantown Academy had finally become coeducational, the first school in the Inter-Academic League to do so.
Members of the class of 2021, our senior leaders, will perform our final readings before members of the Singing Patriots, under the direction of Mr. Masters, will perform the Germantown Academy alma mater. Our readers are McNeil Patriot Scholars Harry Hu, Justin Weiss, and Priya Anand. Black Student Alliance Co-President and House Prefect Yolanda Pete, and McNeil Patriot Scholar and Upper School Student Government Association President Sarah Rojas.
When the school first arrived in Fort Washington, the 4 oaks that shade our quad were just saplings. In Western mythology, the oaks belonged to Zeus, the king of the gods. His will was revealed to humans by the rustling of the leaves.
In GA's history, majestic trees have a direct connection to George Washington, who planted a chestnut tree on the grounds of the original campus as a gift to the school for educating his adopted son and for allowing his cabinet to meet on the school grounds. As we acknowledge Washington's connection to our school in our earliest years, we also recognize that we continue to grapple with his full story.
These 4 oaks serve as symbols of inspiration and strength and assurance, growing as steadily and tall as our school. They shelter our comings and our goings. Their leaves rustle with promise that we, as a school and as individuals, will strive to fulfill. With the addition of a new oak this year, their sizes now range in height, just as our students from pre-K to 12 also range in height.
Today, our 4 oaks welcome us home to September and remind us, the class of 2021, that in June we will gather in ceremony beneath them for the commencement of our adulthood.
In tribute to our forebears and our teachers, we pledge collectively to be inspired in our leadership and by our mission, to be independent in thought, confident in expression, compassionate in spirit, collaborative in action, and honorable in deed, and ask that you do the same as you join us in the singing of our alma mater.
Victory, the foes are numbered gone.
As we officially begin our school's 261st year, let us hold close to our hearts not just the GA mission, but also the GA Civility Pledge, as we strive to become better people and to follow the Platinum Rule, to treat others as they wish to be treated. This morning, we lift up the core sentiments of that Civility Pledge with 5 simple reminders, which I hope you will strive to remember each and every day here at GA. Upper School Mandarin teacher Song Tsai, School Store Manager Raquel Green, Middle School History teacher Mark Stevens, class of 1760, Middle School World Language Chair Jared Anderson, and Director of Equity and Inclusion Ms. Anika Walker-Johnson will help us conclude our program with these important messages.
We are kind. At GA, we lead with goodness, and we recognize that we may only become our best self when we share our best self with others.
We are respectful. Even when we disagree, we honor each other with respect. We listen closely and we think before we speak.
We are courteous. We embrace the old-fashioned by remembering to say please and thank you, by holding the door for each other, by looking each other in the eye and offering each other a virtual handshake.
We are inclusive. GA Patriots invite others to join in. We welcome new friends and we go above and beyond to extend ourselves to others so that they feel welcome in the cafeteria, in the halls, in the classrooms, on the fields, and all over our beautiful campus.
We honor difference. Only by seeking understanding of each other may we ultimately come to understand who we are and what we believe. By honoring that which is different about one another, we raise up that which is truly unique about ourselves and about every member of our community.
As we commence this school year together, please remember to live your life with civility, and in so doing, to embody our mission statement, in particular, to be compassionate in spirit. With the flags raised, the song sung, and the bell rung, the 2020-2021 school year has officially begun. I am grateful to all of our speakers, our singers, to Beth Taylor, Charlie Masters, Jody Bohr, Tom McGlinchey, and Carla Ziegelboim, and of course to our bell ringer extraordinaire, Mr. Dan Houston. May this school year be the very best one ever. Thank you for joining me this morning for Flag Raising 2020. Have a great school year, and I will see you soon.